you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
There are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. Probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing, we'll have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge momentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, it's like there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. So, to the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live on this special Midnight Mass Edition. Welcome to Midnight Madness with your man, Steele. It's great to have you with us tonight. Thank you for joining me so late. I hope you all are having a pleasant, enjoyable weekend. It's been quite a busy one for me, let me tell you. Before we get started, if I could just ask you to hit that like button. It's the number one thing you can do to help out the channel. Takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. Also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steele Live. I'm, of course, Steele, and it's awesome to have you with us tonight. And we have a great community here, and I want you, to be a part of it. So go ahead and hit subscribe, hit all on that notification bell, and descend with us to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Lastly, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, that's obviously hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. Also, last thing, you can get 3 free stocks through my partnership with WEBULL, and I know many of you have already taken advantage of that, but if you haven't, now would be a good time to do so, particularly since we're in such a bearish market, right? And things aren't going as well as we'd like them to go in the market. Well, I got some good news for you. If you click the link pinned at the top of the chat, you'll get 3 free stocks just by signing up with WEBULL. And all you have to do to get those 3 free stocks is deposit any amount into your account. It could literally be 1 penny, and you will qualify to get those 3 free stocks. And so that's free money on the table. No cap, as the kids say. So who do we got up in the chat tonight? We've got CryptoCoon. Good to see you. Zaxi. Keith Havens. Hump Deezy. Alan Schneider. Georgie. Mama Crypto. Good to see you, Mama Crypto. Zero Fox. Haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you in the mix. Scott Herforth, of course. And everyone else is just lurkers at this moment. But got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. Definitely, plenty has transpired since I last went live. So without any further ado, we're just going to get down to it, boppers, as I usually say. Top of the pops, we got Benzinga coming in. Dogecoin showing signs of coming back alive. Could the love from AMC be a game changer? Could it be a game changer? That is the question on my mind tonight. I'm sure a question on many of your minds as well when you read the title of tonight's show. I'm going to share with you what Benzinga had to say about that, and then I'm going to share with you my thoughts. So, Doge was not among the most mentioned coins on Twitter at press time. However, major coins were seen under pressure on Thursday after the higher than anticipated inflation figures were released by the Labor Department. Doge is nearing oversold territory in its relative strength index, nearing 36%. This may indicate a bounce to the upside in the next few days, according to Benzinga's Melanie Schaefer. On Thursday, AMC Holdings began accepting Doge for online payments 1 week earlier than anticipated. Doge co-creator Billy Marcus reacted to the announcement made by AMC CEO Adam Aron. And Billy Marcus tweeted out, Dogecoin payments at amctheaters.com is live. Just select BitPay to check out. And it shows a lot of kind of tweets revolving around that thereafter. What does this mean? What does this mean for us? What does this mean going forward? How significant of a development is this as it relates to Dogecoin? Well, folks, I think it's very significant personally. However, I don't think there's going to be this overwhelming, obvious big surge in market value or anything like that. I think it's going to take a little time. but I think it's going to be moving along quietly, and then it's going to reach a critical mass point. I talk about this concept pretty often on the show. Those of you who view frequently are aware of this. So I don't think that the success of Dogecoin is going to hinge or depend on one particular event, aside from maybe the caveat I'd put there is when Tesla fully accepts Dogecoin this year, which I do believe it will happen this year, for acceptance of payments on its vehicles. But other than that, I think we're talking about an accumulative effect where each of these things play their role on the roll to greater popularity and adoption of Dogecoin. I think the AMC situation exemplifies one of these categories, one of these ingredients, if you will, perfectly. So I think what's going to happen here, now, as of right now, just to be clear, you can purchase AMC gift cards, AMC movie tickets with Dogecoin. People are already showing screenshots of them doing it successfully. And AMC has been able to accomplish this by using the third-party company BitPay, which I think BitPay is only going to really just rev up in relevance and usability and scalability in weeks, months, and years to come. I think BitPay is going to be around a long time, guys. I think it's going to be around a long time. Now, what's exciting about this, I believe, is that once this kind of permeates the consciousness of what's going on here, I think it's going to take a little bit. But I do think that the popularity of Dogecoin as a checkout feature will continue to slowly but surely ascend. However, I do think that given the recent developments of crypto adoption within AMC, now Dogecoin isn't the only crypto that AMC accepts now. They also accept SHIB, that was the last one they decided to add on, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin Cash, if I'm not mistaken. I believe when the first quarter earnings reports come through, as I stated many times previously when we were politely pressuring, Adam Aaron to accept Dogecoin before he did so, that I think once those first quarterly earnings reports come through, particularly as it relates to digital currency, I do believe that Dogecoin will far and away be the number one runaway winner in terms of how many transactions have taken place. So for those of you who are able to, those of you who enjoy movies or just want to give gift cards for friends or family, I would encourage you to spend your Dogecoin. I would encourage you to vote with your dog dollars if you can, and buy a pair of movie tickets with Dogecoin through BitPay. Buy a gift certificate if you can. It goes a long way. It really does go a long way. And a company with the size and scale of AMC in particular can really spell and make way as a catalyst for a very epic future in terms of adoptability of Dogecoin. A company with the size and scale of AMC, this has never happened before, really, aside from, well, not for Dogecoin anyway. This has never really happened before. So this is far and away the most significant high-profile step that we have seen towards greater adoption as it relates to Dogecoin. I believe this is a very major step. I think it's very positive. I'm very excited about it. I'm titillated, if you will. So, that being said, guys, listen, I don't think it's going to happen overnight, but I do think that once those first quarterly earnings reports come through and Adam Aaron is able to see where most of the transactions have taken place in terms of digital currency, I think it'll be very clear to him which one is the most successful in that regard. Now, this is a very important point I'd like to drive home, is once those quarterly earnings reports go public, and it is clear that Dogecoin is the number one winner in terms of the amount of digital transactions taking place with AMC, I believe this can cause a absolutely cascading effect on the rest of the business community. Because the rest of the business community, no matter what the mainstream media are telling you, the majority of the business community is looking to the future, is looking to figure out how to become, crypto friendly and work that in with their business models. So once they see, wow, Dogecoin's where they're making the most transactions. Dogecoin seems to be the most popular cryptocurrency that people are actually using. Well, folks, that could mean things could get really wild really quickly in terms of positive action for Dogecoin. And so there's going to be a lot of other CEOs out there, a lot of other teams out there keeping a very close eye, right, on those AMC quarterly earnings reports as they start coming in as it relates to digital currency. And I believe that's when the other shoe drops. Those of you who've been watching my show for long enough, you know darn well, I've been doing the show a little bit over a year now. And ever since the beginning of that, one of my reoccurring themes as it relates to topics when I talk about with Dogecoin is this. Bitcoin is, to a degree, kind of dead on arrival in the retail space. And that's where the simplicity of Dogecoin really comes into play. I mean, guys, Dogecoin, it's based off of Bitcoin blockchain and a couple others, Litecoin and LuckyCoin, with a few very important tweaks that make it much more usable to be that number one digital currency transacted in a retail space. It's more prepared to do that than Ethereum. It's more prepared to do that than Bitcoin. It's certainly more prepared to do that than SHIB, okay? It's particularly when we're talking about and comparing transaction fees. And so I believe once those quarterly earnings reports again come through, and the rest of corporate America and people that are eyeing up how they are going to look forward into crypto integration in their business models, I think they're going to see that, and I think a lot of companies, bigger companies, will act accordingly. Now, we have a lot to be excited about because not only has that gone live for AMC, but I do believe, again, that within 2022, I thought it was going to be in the first quarter, but I would be very, very surprised if it isn't within the first half of this year, that Tesla completes its full simulation of Dogecoin integration. So between those two companies alone, I think is enough to start really changing the paradigm on how the general public perceives Dogecoin, let alone the general cryptocurrency community perceives Dogecoin. And I'm excited about this. I'm excited about all this, guys. Let's see what's going on. Northwoods Petrie says Steve should run for office. Yeah, I don't know. I laugh, but at the same time, I have to say it's crossed my mind, before, but much like at a smaller level, maybe like an alder person, something like that. But on a bigger scale, I don't know if that'd be up my alley. But I've definitely thought about it. Mr. Lynn, good to see you. Good to see you, Mr. Lynn. And special thank you to my mods for always holding it down. Appreciate it. So yeah, I don't know if I have many more thoughts to share on that particular topic, other than, as members with respective, those of you who are enthusiastic about Dogecoin, I think it is important to vote with the dog money if you can. And what's really cool about this is now most of us can, because so many of us, and I'm sure some of you watching as well, Robinhood is where you're carrying the majority of your Dogecoin. And now it appears that the majority of people that have been on that Robinhood wallet waiting list finally have gotten their wallets now. This is very exciting development. This is very exciting. I finally got my wallet. It works brilliantly. So as I was saying before, people are like, when Robinhood wallets? I know it was a wait, but at the same time, it was important they got that tech right. And the process of doing that from a developmental aspect through accomplished devs that I have talked to about that have confirmed with me that was not an easy feat. That was a very laborious undertaking for them to get in place and get it in place correctly. And from everything that I've seen, it appears that the Robinhood wallets work rather brilliantly. Now, the rollout of the wallets, I think they could have done a little bit better. I think they've been a bit paranoid about too many people having an exodus on the platform. So consequentially, Robinhood had been rolling out these wallets in phases, right? That's why we're seeing like the first 100,000 people, and then before that was the beta testers, and then second 100,000. They keep doing it in waves, right? From what I've seen, I think this kind of frustrated people more and probably had the opposite desired effect on how people perceived Robinhood. But overall, I got to give it up for Robinhood. Despite their rather dodgy history at key moments in Dogecoin history, we've talked about those many times here. But we got to give credit where credit's due. And furthermore, Vlad and over at Robinhood, the fact is they were the first major crypto trading platform, to platform Dogecoin. Back when Dogecoin was a fraction of as notable and popular it is now. So you could make the argument that Robinhood really helped, was one of the main catalysts to really help propel the popularity of Dogecoin, particularly as it relates to crypto trading platforms. Let's see here. You can buy Doge without even knowing it. Knowing it works out great. Good to see you, by the way, Northwoods Petrie. Haven't seen you. Haven't seen in the mix in a bit, and I haven't been in the mix in a bit. Honestly, I've been obviously broadcasting less lately. It's not that I don't want to. It's because I have a business that I run in the day, and my business has just been taking so much of my time and energy. It's been wild. It's been wild. But so all I can say is I'm doing the best I can, guys. But I am looking forward to. I'm trying to get a hold of my schedule a bit better because it's so wild, right? In terms of my workload, so I'm trying to get things more compartmentalized and organized with my day business. So I will be able to do more regular shows again because I do really enjoy this. I really enjoy connecting with you guys. I love what we've been building out here. We may not be the biggest. On paper, I'm honestly one of the smaller Dogecoin content creators at the end of the day. But that's fine because we have such an exceptional community here that it's been a pleasure, folks. It's been a pleasure. So I'm going to try my best to get things more organized with my day business affairs so I can make more time to stream more regularly again and make more videos and video shorts and things of that nature. So Northwood says, hey, I'm a lurker. That's all right, man. We love the lurkers. Now, Bitcoin.com also reporting on this story. So we'll extrapolate on this momentarily. AMC Theaters now accepts Dogecoin and Shiba Inu crypto payments. AMC Theaters now accepts payments in Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Adam Aron, CEO of AMC Theaters, announced Thursday, and they were a week early with that. As I stated earlier, the CEO of AMC promised the crypto community that AMC Theaters will accept Doge and Shiba payments since he put up a Twitter poll on Dogecoin last September and a poll about Shiba Inu the following month. Aaron then claimed in November last year that he convinced BitPay to support Shiba and that the crypto payment service provider began supporting Shiba in November. With all due respect and to Mr. Adam Aron, and he seems like a really great guy, but those of us who are familiar with the transaction fees of Shiba, again, I'm not trying to slight or diss Shiba or diss any Shiba holders here. I want people to do well. I want people to make money, whether that's on Shiba or Dogecoin or wherever else. I just wish people well. That being said, the transaction fees on smaller retail purchases for Shiba they're just astronomical, frankly. They're astronomical. So the practicality of people following through and paying for AMC movie tickets and jujubes with Shiba seems extraordinarily unlikely to me compared to the fractions of those transaction fees that it costs to pay with Dogecoin. I don't see people, paying an extra $40 or $50 worth of Shiba just to buy 2 tickets to the latest Batman movie, which I've gotten mixed reviews about. Billy Marcus gave a scathing little review of the latest Batman movie on Twitter today. And I think I've heard enough sorry about this. We got Remy up here. she's a needy girl sometimes. She's a needy girl. She wants to be the co-pilot tonight, and she wants to be in the limelight. Everyone say hi to Remy. She wants to be a star. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. I heard the latest Remy. Okay. Oh my gosh, here we go again, guys. I heard the latest Batman movie is over 3 hours long. So if it's going to be 3 hours long, it better have some serious storyline integrity to justify a film that long. There are very few films that are 3 hours long that I think justify or warranted. But I will say one of them that I felt that did was Blade Runner 2049. Who saw the Blade Runner sequel? Blade Runner 2049 was absolutely extraordinary in my opinion and visually stunning. And I was very skeptical because I'm a huge fan of the original Blade Runner, the seminal science fiction cult classic from 1983 starring Harrison Ford. I was very skeptical going in, excited, but a little skeptical going in watching the sequel to Blade Runner because it was starring Ryan Gosling, who's like the dreamboat man of the time, and I thought it was probably not a good idea to cast him, but I have to say he did pretty good. So no real complaints there. Anyway, so let's get on to the next story. Let's get on to the next one, Morning Glory. Benzinga also reporting Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin dragged down by soaring U.S. inflation. Why are crypto traders still bullish in uncertain times? Written by Shivdeep Diwali. Bitcoin traded under the psychologically important $40,000 level at press time on Thursday evening. Why this matters: the U.S. Labor Department had released inflation numbers for February. Headline Consumer Price Index, or CPI, rose more than 8% in a month, up estimated to 7.8%, biggest increase since January of 1982. Maybe the short-term price will drop due to panic, but long-term, I think Bitcoin is far the best bet against inflation. Tweeted Michael Vandepop, a cryptocurrency trader. Meanwhile, the put-call ratio for Bitcoin hit 6-month high on 69 cents and 6-month high of 0.69 in February amidst bearish market sentiments, according to Delphi Digital. And on it goes. You know, there's a couple different things going on here that are very interesting. And, you know, people are always looking to blame for why the market is moving the way it is, why it's been so bearish, right? So this is a multifaceted thing, guys. It's not that simple, but it's not totally ambiguous. Anyway, we can look at some concrete factors that have led us to this point that we're seeing right now in the market. I would say one of the first and foremost things that have led to this bearish market is just unanticipated, unexpected levels of inflation that have been hitting the pocketbooks severely of the middle class and folks that fall below the middle class, especially. And this has just been off the charts. So I will say, I have to give credit again where credit is due. The the executive order, the cryptocurrency executive order that President Biden released a few days ago on March 9th, it was actually fairly bullish. It read much better than I anticipated it to read. And of course, this had a positive effect on the market, but it didn't last long. It lasted for about a day and a half before levels went down again. But I was relieved to read it. Now, I will say this. Words are one thing. Statements are one thing. Actions are another. So will we see proper follow-through on the words that were delivered on this executive order? For those of you who didn't get a chance to read it over, I will just tell you what it said in a 5-point summary. 1, they're going to put on some basic crypto protections, which I think are much needed to protect people from the very basic and worse scams in crypto, obvious rug pulls, all these sorts of things. 2, Studies to make crypto mining more green is going to be a part of it. I think that's great. Anytime we can look to make things more energy efficient within our means while keeping production high, I think that's great. 3, development of a U.S. government crypto. Now this one I'm not so bullish about. I'm very skeptical of any development, let alone a release of any government crypto, which is centralized essentially, which kind of defeats one of the main purposes of cryptocurrency in the first place. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. 4, language focusing on giving the U.S. a competitive edge over other countries. By the way, these are little footnotes that I took as I read through it on the 9th. So 4, language focusing on giving the U.S. a competitive edge over other countries. That's actually very good. That sounds very good anyway. That sounds very good. We'll see what the follow through looks like on that. And 5, a crackdown on stablecoins, which again I have mixed feelings about. Oh, looks like we've got a spammer. Thank you for taking care of that, Mama Crypto. Hey, I'm waiting on you. Okay. Bass Fisher, good to see you in the mix. I miss anyone else? Joshua, good to see you, Joshua. Joshua says, Batman was decent, but too long. Yes, that seems to be a review from many people. Nate, good to see you in the mix as well. Good to see you in the mix. Yeah, so, I remain skeptical, but cautiously optimistic. Now, his team, and I've expressed this before, Biden's team could have told him, like, listen, man, we're already in enough trouble. The economy's floundering. The inflation rates are through the roof. If you actively, make statements in this executive order to bring down the crypto market more than it already has, you're going to be in real trouble, man. You're going to be in even more trouble than you already are in terms of public perception, approval ratings, and this. So I think that's probably one of the main reasons that have kind of protected us, essentially, from that executive order being much worse, really. Now, like I said, talk is one thing, action is another. So we'll see how it plays out, guys. We will see how it plays out. Another thing that comes to mind that has me concerned is no matter how much follow through in a positive way that comes through for this executive order, we're still up against huge levels of inflation. We're still going to be knocking up against huge levels of inflation. Huge levels of inflation that I don't think, frankly, are going away anytime soon by the looks of it. In fact, there's every reason to believe that even though we're already experiencing the highest national gas prices on average in U.S. history, we have every reason to believe that they're only going to ascend higher. Now, people say things like, I'll pay up to $10 a gallon to stick it to Putin or whatever. First of all, is that really sticking it to Putin when America is hurt that badly? Who really wins at that point? First of all, that's the first question I have. Secondly, $10 a gallon in reality for most people is a ton of money. That is a huge extra chunk of money going out every week. That is going to be very significant for the majority of Americans. I think, and I'm not kidding, even in the Midwest here, I wouldn't be surprised if we get to upwards of $8 a gallon. I think it's very possible. So when that happens in reality, I think people's willingness to be super active in this conflict that's happening between Ukraine and Russia will probably dissipate. So also, what's else is notable to keep in mind is now I do believe that this latest conflict between these two countries has had a very active role in ascending the gas prices up dramatically. But outside of that, don't get it twisted, guys. And don't be fooled by the majority of the media in terms of when this inflation started. We had huge dramatically ascending inflation rates happen well before Russia ever invaded Ukraine. Don't get it twisted. Because right now, there's aspects of this current administration and a lot of the legacy media is all too eager to kind of support this narrative that all of these inflation rates and all of these increases in costs of living, whether it's at the grocery store, automobiles, utility bills, gasoline, that this all just suddenly started upon when Russia invaded Ukraine. That's false. Aside from the dramatic recent gas increases, we've had huge inflation rates go up the last year and a half. I mean, dramatic. Most people's grocery bills are 30 to 40% higher. Used cars are up 40%. I mean, the good part of it is those of us who already have cars, they're worth more now, many of ours, right? But the downside is if you're in the market for a new car, you are paying on average 40% higher of what you would have paid a year and a half ago. And on it goes. So, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything more to add at that one. We got a smaller crowd tonight, but it's okay. It's okay. This is kind of like the intimate after party, right? Let's go to the next story here. CNBC reporting Kevin O'Leary says he's up 20% on his portfolio in crypto, including tokens and blockchain firms. Kevin O'Leary told CNBC on Friday 1/5 of his investment holdings are tied up in crypto tokens and currencies and companies. I have millions of dollars, 20%. That's a lot, you guys. For a guy that is well-moneyed as Mr. Wonderful. By the way, who's actually my favorite guy on Shark Tank. He's kind of like the Simon Cowell of Shark Tank. I like how cutthroat he is and no nonsense he is with the folks that pitch to him. Cryptocurrencies have gained popularity in recent years, but regulators still express concerns, blah, blah, blah. Now, why is this? Why do I find this significant? Well, now we have the two most popular figures from the whole Shark Head, from the whole Shark Tank legacy, who are incredibly bullish on the crypto market. I think it's even more interesting and helpful for crypto adoption overall that Kevin O'Leary has freely advertises that 20% of his portfolio is wrapped up in crypto, because he is pretty much perceived anyway as the most conservative investor out of all the Shark Tank panelists. So if the most conservative panelists on Shark Tank is incredibly bullish on crypto, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Well, I think things look very well for cryptocurrency over a long period of time. Now, a lot of people don't have the stomach to see their investments through when we have markets like we do now. I've seen a lot of people that have cashed out their portfolios over the last few months. I've seen a lot of people give up on Dogecoin over the last few months. I've had a lot of people tell me, why even bother making content anymore, Steven Steele? With a market this bad, with Dogecoin at 11 cents, what are you doing? Etc., etc. Well, I'm not here. I never got involved with this to just ride a train when the going gets good and nothing else. I'm not fair weather. I got into this because I'm passionate about it. I love connecting with people. I love talking about these things. Okay? When the chips are down, I'm still around. When the chips are down, I'm still around. Whether you guys are throwing down the super chats like rappers in a strip club, or the super chats are dry, I don't care. I'm here for you guys. I love what I do. I love this community. And I have faith in my investments. The overwhelming majority of my portfolio are holdings that I am holding, sorry to sound redundant, for a course of several years. I shared with you multiple stories about people that have become very successful in cryptocurrency, have become millionaires and multimillionaires as a consequence of cryptocurrency. And the reason why I often share with you guys the individual stories of these people, because almost all of them have a very common narrative. And the narrative is almost all of these people got there through a consequence, on investing in very high utility projects with strong development and communities behind them, and holding them over the course of several folks, several years. Now, most of you folks here, and most folks in crypto in general right now, aren't more than a year and a half into their crypto investments. 1.5 years is nothing on the grand scheme of things. 1.5 years is a sliver of time, okay, on the track to success, in my opinion. I think, now there's no certainties in any market, and there's certainly no certainties in cryptocurrency. Let me be very clear about that. I can only go on what I feel to be more or less probable. And what I can tell you is, without going into detail, my personal portfolio is still, even at this place we are now, overwhelmingly in the green. So I've never claimed to be a cryptocurrency expert. I've never claimed to be certainly not a technical analysis expert. There's plenty of people that do channels that are much more specialized and detailed than I am about such matters. That's never been my calling. I've just always wanted to have a talk show and connect with people and build an awesome community with awesome people and talk about things that I enjoy, okay? And make genuine connections with people. That's where I feel my calling's been. And I don't really see a whole lot of that in the crypto space when I first started this channel. And so I feel like I'm filling a void to a certain degree in that regard. Now listen, that being said, I'm not concerned about my portfolio. I'm not concerned about the success of my portfolio at all. These are holdings, the majority of my holdings, they still got at least a minimum of 3 years to go. Minimum. Several years. Now, assuming most of you have the wherewithal for that, what's the best thing we can do when the market is bearish? What's the best thing we can do when things aren't where we want them to be, when we're disappointed? Folks, when the market is bad, and I gotta be honest with you, it may even get worse than this before it gets better. But the good news is I am completely certain it's going to get better and get much better. It's just a matter of time. It's important, and I gotta put this out there to the Dogecoin community, so I've been seeing more of it. It's important we not spend, this is just my opinion. I'm just to do with opinions. It's my opinion that we not spend too much time playing the blame game on others in the community, indulging ourselves too much in gossip, or fomenting division, okay? Just try to enjoy the journey, have fun, and build quality friendships. I think this way we're much more likely to attract way more people, those of us who are Dogecoin enthusiasts again, to the Dogecoin community than conversely. Now, people get nervous, right? I understand. People's money are on the line, and so sometimes people start hitting that panic button. And one of the ways they do that is they start looking around and creating a circular firing squad to try to find people that they can pin this on, the bearish market. But the truth is, what's happening in the market and what's happening to Dogecoin right now is not the consequence of any one content creator or influencer, whatever you want to call it. This is the product of a floundering economy and sky-high inflation rates. And also, that combined with natural algorithmic patterns of crypto. Okay? So, I don't know if I have much more to add to that than that. I've just been seeing more discontentment and people just kind of whiling, right? People in the Doge community lately just kind of going in on each other more than usual. And I don't like to see it, but at the same time, I understand. Let me also be clear, I understand some of the criticisms out there. Like, I get it. I don't want to dismiss that. I just don't want to see people spend a lot of time on. I don't think it's healthy. Alan says, I blame Joe Rogan. I think the more time goes on, people are going to realize that they owe that guy, a lot of people will owe that guy an apology. Let's see what's going on here. CoinDesk reporting, Bored Ape Yacht Club. Bored Ape Yacht Club backer Yuga Labs buys CryptoPunks and Meebits. Huge move, right? They bought CryptoPunks and Meebits. After 24 hours of rumors and online speculation, Yuga Labs, the company responsible for Bored Ape Yacht Club's collection, has acquired CryptoPunks and Meebits from the developer Larva Labs. We now own the brand's copyright in the art and IP rights for both collections, along with 423 CryptoPunks and about 1,700 Meebits, reads Yuga Labs blog post. Folks, I gotta tell you, again, this is just my opinion. I don't see the Bored Ape Yacht Club ascending in value more than it already has. I think that's highly unlikely. I think Bored Ape holders and CryptoPunks holders that had cashed out over the process of the last 6 months, particularly 3 or 4 months ago, are probably the smartest people in the room. I just don't see how, given everything in its totality, and much of what we've in totality and in context of what we've been talking about here tonight, all the different factors going on affecting the market, how Bored Ape Yacht Club can keep ascending in value. It's just wild. It's just nuts. Bored Ape Yacht Club has kind of become a combination of people who were early holders, okay, and have been grafted in to make huge, incredible gains. But more and more, it's becoming a playground for the wealthiest of celebrities. Kind of almost just a flex, a status symbol, if you will. Now, when it becomes predominantly occupied with the celebrity class, it becomes something totally unattainable for anyone else. At that point, it almost becomes a victim of its own success, wherein it's impossible to keep peaking out more than it already has, if that makes sense. So I would caution people that are, I don't know if even any of you are in the position to be even entertaining a purchase like that, whether it's CryptoPunks or a Bored Ape, but be very careful. Be very careful, because I don't think now particularly is a time to make any huge big purchase moves in the NFT space. I'm not saying smaller amounts. There's a lot of great deals to be had right now, particularly since gas fees started coming down. But in terms of super high value collections right now with really high floors, be very careful out there, guys. Be very careful. A lot of people are getting wrecked. A lot of people are buying at the top. In fact, I've seen it more and more, and I would be interested to see the data that's coming out, but particularly over the last few months, it seems most everyone, aside from a very small portion of people, have been getting wrecked in the NFT space. So just be careful out there, guys. Just be careful. Let's see what on here. I think I saw Doge Extra in here. Doge Extra, shout out to you. Thanks for watching. Steven Steele's the man. Right back at you, sir. And keep me posted, by the way, Doge Extra, on your... I think you're the one that's developing a channel or show or something, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, keep me posted. I like Crypto Batman's take on Bored Ape from the other day. I was listening to that show, Zaxi. By the way, I love Crypto Batman and Artifact. I really like those guys. I like their show. I was streaming it off of my phone while I was working on projects at my work, just super physical restoration work. So I was hearing parts of it, but I didn't get the full grasp on his take on the Bored Ape Yacht Club. But I'm sure it was good. By the way, I'm gonna have to do a special show again where I dress up like Crypto Batman again. Remember I did that 2 nights in a row, 4 or 5 months ago. That was a lot of fun. In fact, maybe I should do that while I have Crypto Batman on the show, and I'll be dressed up as Crypto Batman. But I think he's kind of taking a little bit of a different aesthetic, so I might have to update my my Crypto Batman wardrobe. Doge Topian's NFTs are aces on eyeballs. I'm not familiar with that collection, Realm of Crypto, but I'll check it out. I was very flattered that my friend Darlene, I'm sure some of you know her. She's a very talented artist. She's a wonderful artist, really, and very creative. She's very cool. But she has a new NFT line coming out called not Crypto. Something Punks. What is it? Gutter Punks NFT. And she actually made an NFT of me. And she sent it to me, and she's going to send it to me for free. So it's very cool of her. And that was cool. That was cool to see. And I also saw, and I bought it for pretty inexpensively, which doesn't surprise me. But someone else had made an NFT of me, a Steven Steele NFT, under a collection called like Doge People. And I'm with Remy on there. Remy, there's a NFT of me all pixelated. And I think the collection is just straight up called Pixelated Doge People. Yeah, and somebody sent it to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's an NFT of me. And with the beard and everything, and my hat, and then my jean jacket, and Remy. So I put in a small bid for it, and I got it. So that was funny. I never even, and that thing had been around for a bit, and I didn't even realize it existed until a couple nights ago. Yes, we've got some Crypto Batman members in here. Love Crypto Batman. Love the Moonbat community for sure. You know, I think the biggest crossover in audiences, as I've stated before, that watch this show, also watch Crypto Batman show, and then also watch Living with Lucy. Between those two, I think we have the most crossover. And honestly, I absolutely love both those folks. I love Living with Lucy. I love Crypto Batman. Both great content creators. Well, you're Superman, right, man? I don't know about that, Zaxi. Let's go to the next story here, guys. Let's go to the next story. Oh, by the way, an update. In the SEC's case with Ripple XRP price explodes after judge issues ruling against the SEC. The price of crypto asset XRP started surging after a federal judge ruled that Ripple can proceed with one of its central arguments against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commissions. Court documents show that Judge Torres has denied SEC's motion to strike Ripple from its fair notice defense. Guys, I think this is major. If you've been sitting on the fence whether to buy any XRP or thinking about loading up your bags more, now might be a good time. I think XRP is probably poised to even do better from here. I do think this is probably the biggest signal that we've seen that signals to XRP's complete and total legal victory over the SEC. I've always felt that this was going to be the case ever since this legal conflict had transpired. So I think this is great news for XRP holders, great news for Ripple and XRP. I don't really have anything more to expound on that one. Let's go to the next story. Now, Variety Magazine reported Russia will ban Instagram after Meta allows Ukrainians to post violent threats against the Russian military. Meta is allowing users of Facebook and Instagram in Ukraine to post forms of political expression that would ordinarily violate its hate speech policy, including urging people to off the Russian soldiers who are attacking the country. In response, the Russian government, which already previously blocked Facebook, said it will also ban Instagram effective March 14th. So this is kind of dramatic for a lot of people. I mean, imagine maybe a lot of us wouldn't care, right? If Instagram was blocked tomorrow, but let's say Twitter was blocked tomorrow for all of us, right? That would, whether we want to admit it or not, it would significantly impact some of our lives. There's a skateboarding dog that I follow on Instagram called Nordrock. And that dog and its owner are from Russia. And this woman was breaking down in tears on a live stream yesterday because she loves the community that she built so much around her skateboarding dog on Instagram, and I'm one of the people that loves watching her dog's content on the regular. And she was just so sad. It's a sad thing to see. But Pipple, yes, Pipple. Oh yes, we can't forget about Pipple, guys. We can't forget about Pipple. So I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Elon Musk had a secret baby with Grimes a few months ago. A daughter, his first daughter, if I'm not mistaken, with a really long, complicated name that they are abbreviating as simply Y. So son X, little X, and now we have little Y. And they just kept on the down low, and it wasn't revealed until a Vanity Fair interview with Grimes just a few days ago broke that news. And the first thing that came to mind, I said, Elon's Secret Baby sounds like the name of a hipster indie band. Headlining with the Decemberists, it's Elon's Secret Baby. Also, now that we're out talking about Grimes, this is even wilder news. It appears that Grimes has moved on from Elon, and she's in a serious relationship with Chelsea Manning, whistleblower Chelsea Manning, and they've gotten a place together in Austin, Texas. So, yeah, wild stuff. Yeah, if somebody could ban the spam. I don't know why I'm attracting spam bots. There's only like 25 people watching in here tonight. Usually they're only attracted to like the larger streams. But we are at 1:30 in the morning over here, folks. On a late Sunday night, Monday morning. Yeah. But it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. So yeah, Grimes is dating Chelsea Manning. Grimes reported began shading Chelsea Manning, the activist and whistleblower who leaked hundreds of thousands of classified documents to WikiLeaks. The news comes off the heels of Grimes' revelation that she recently welcomed a second child with former partner Elon Musk, although Grimes referred to Elon Musk as my boyfriend in her recent Vanity Fair cover story. She also acknowledged that their relationship was fluid and that they have lived in separate houses. However, since sitting down with Vanity Fair, Grimes and Musk have split. And I talked about Elon Musk's new girlfriend on the show a couple weeks ago, who is a European model, I think in her late 20s, and Elon Musk took a ton of heat for that, right? I mean, people were freaking out. The professionally offended Twitter class were just freaking out about that, which was just absolutely silly. I don't know why people care about that stuff enough to hate on it anyway. Sorry, my lag. Sometimes I work. Oh, no worries, Mama Crypto. No worries. You guys do a great job. My mods do a great job. Anyway, guys, I don't have much more to add to this stream tonight. I will say this. Everyone take a deep breath. Everybody, just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. This is a roller coaster ride. The crypto market is a very volatile one. The inflation might go on a long time, but I don't think it will go on indefinitely. I think that more than likely, this country is going to make some needed changes to mitigate and turn that ship around. I do believe that's going to happen, and consequently bring the market up with it. Now, I also do strongly feel that the crypto market can operate successfully individually, aside from itself, no matter what the market is doing, and no matter what the economy is doing when it comes to inflation. So the crypto market can operate independently from that. But right now, most citizens in general are just still in shock and readjusting. So I think once that shock goes away, provided things don't keep insanely progressing in terms of inflation rates, I think we could still see a lot of very bullish action. Yes, even in 2022. Anyway, guys, I was actually fluid as she went on about living in Elon's 40K space pod. as in she wasn't. Yeah. Astute observation, Zaxi, and you could be right there. Kylan, the only super chat of the evening for $1.99. Thank you, Mr. Lin. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. With that, Shiba Inu to the sky. That's where we're going. Not a matter of if, just a matter of when, guys. Just a matter of when. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, I'm just going to take a moment to shill my new single. It's called Population. I used to make a living as a recording artist, and now I just do it on the side. But started making music again. My new project is called Ice Island. You can check it out it's on Spotify or Apple Music or all that. But you can check that out. I'm going to put a link to Population by Ice Island in the chat. I think it's pretty good. That's just my personal taste, but feel free to check that out. And that's been actually getting picked up on some more playlists. And I actually have a Zoom call this week with a small indie label out of London about it. So fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I don't really think I have anything more to add to this show tonight, guys. About 1:35 here. I should be a lot more tired than I am. But I'm going to try to wind down with some tea and a good movie or something. But anyway, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And you can always count on me, your man, Real Deal Steven Steele, to always be here to the best of my ability. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, this is your man, Real Deal. Steven Steele, sign out. Just the bees and birds, the summer hay.